Sorby mini texturing tool, the spiral on it, and to do that I need to go down to the slowest RPM. How many people here have a mini lathe? Most everybody.
That looks easier to work on than the jet. I like that. Excessive.
I've got a 10 and 12-inch mini lathe and then a big Powermatic. And sometimes I'll have one project I'll be working on using all 3 lathes. Alright, the secret of this tool, put a spiral on there, you have this at an angle, and there's a little scribe mark here and 3 little notches, and you just line it up with the notch. And you've got to come back here on the tool rest, and you get it in there right lined up and get it turning, and then you dip it down just a little bit and it will start cutting. And this, you can do it fast.
So you're below center now, right?
Just slightly. Actually, the top edge of this is what does the cutting. And yeah, I've got some nice pattern right there now. And with it turned this way, I've got pattern in one direction there. And rather than go deeper, I think I'm going to leave that, but I'm going to do a little bit. So if I go right at center and just gently go in there, it's going to find that groove that I was already in, dip it down just a little bit, and then it'll start cutting. And then you don't want to advance it too fast.
I have a question when you're done concentrating.
Okay.
If you decided you wanted to come lower with your pattern, can you start and go either direction?
Yeah. Well, I'll do that. I'm going to now back up the other direction.
So if you just approach the piece slowly with the tool,
well,
it'll find the groove.
You need it straight on first and gently let it go in there and find that point. Now, depending on the diameter, sometimes you'll get a diameter that with this spacing won't work just right. And when it comes around to the next one, it's actually wanting to be in the center of it and it will mess it up. So if you just cut that off, you change the diameter a little bit and it'll probably go back and work. Now, I'm going to reverse this.
It sprung back up by itself.
Yeah, I see that. I'm going to reverse this and go in the other direction.
What are you reversing?
I'm just changing this tool recipes. I'll pass this around as soon as I'm through using it. There's a scribe line on the top, and then there's 3 little notches. The middle notch is straight and level, and then left or right angle.
Did you buy that again, though? Did you get that up again?
I bought this up at Unicoi from I think Craft Supply. Yeah. About everybody has them in their catalog. They might be here eventually.
What's the consequences if you turn it too fast? Tend not to.
It will skip and jump, and right here, Can you get in close on that?
I'll try.
Does it pull itself along as you do that, or do you have to push it?
No, you have to feed it. If you see right here, I've got a mark right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
You need to get,
Well, I'm having a focusing problem if I get too close.
well, zoom in.
I did. It's maximum.
Far as it'll go.
That's as far as it'll go.
Here, now see if you can focus in on it.
Okay.
Yeah, because see those little lines there where it jumped?
Yeah.
When I went to larger diameter?
Yeah.
Double strike.
I thought you meant to do that.
No,
That's not a design element.
no, that's not a design element. So I'm gonna go down just a little bit. And now I can also go over this here and hopefully get a diamond pattern. So we'll see if we can do that. Let me try and pick this up. One thing I found with it going in the other direction, this little screw wants to unscrew. So I'm going to put my finger on it. And this takes just a little bit of oil now and then on the shaft. You got a brass screw and a steel wheel with a polished center. There's no ball bearing in it. Alright, I'm going to see if I can pick up here and work into that and have a diamond pattern. Yeah, it did it. Okay, I'll pass this around. And
Can you change the cutting head on that?
yeah, you can get different cutter heads. And I've got some other tools that are really like a knurling tool for the lathe, but I didn't bring those. They work better on softwood. Now a chatter tool that you can make yourself out of a piece of bandsaw blade or whatever really only works on end grain. Well, that tool will work on end or side grain. Of course, it works best with harder wood. I'm going to hit that just a little bit with some sandpaper, and then I'm going to put some sanding sealer on it.
The cutting tool itself, the round cutting tool, can that be sharpened or does that have to be replaced?
No, you can sharpen it. You just let it spin in the lathe, hold your finger against it so it doesn't spin real quick, and let it spin in the grinder. You just sharpen that top edge.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I use Death sanding sealer on everything I do on the lathe, and I use it while it's on the lathe. Because it's sanding sealer, it's designed to be sanded, and it will show up anything that's going to show up when you finish. Sanding sealer has solids in it. You need to shake it pretty good. And I get this at Lowe's. And that's what it looked like with just a plain finish on it. Whoop.
Is that shellac-based or lacquer-based?
This is lacquer.
Lacquer.
Lacquer sanding sealer. And
Can you use the stuff out of a dip can, like a light on?
yeah, you can use that too. And I do have some of this in a gallon can that I bought that I've got in a glass jar with a brush that I use sometimes too. And then put it in there and wipe it off and actually polish it. And this vase right now has nothing but sanding sealer on it that I put on the lathe, and then I buffed it with a paper towel while I was running in the lathe. And I was going to put a finish on it, but I forgot and went ahead and glued this on in my hurry, so that if I spray finish on it now, I'm I'd have it in the windows here, so if I want to put anything on, either I got to take that off and take the tube out, or put a wipe on or brush on finish on it. Now, what I want to do now is go back, turn my speed up, and separate these patterns. I forgot to bring a pencil. Anybody got a pencil?
Yeah.
Well, we'll do it this way. I'll put a mark on my tool rest. Does anybody like my portable tool holder here? The pipe unscrews, goes in the hole here, and this goes in the bucket, and it's all set to go, traveling.
Change your speed, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. What I want to do is cut off around the pattern and leave the pattern raised, and I want to eliminate I think I might leave that like that, where it's partially diamond and partially not diamond. Give me that broom. Yeah, give me the broom, please. I was using def for my finish, but I've started using this Krylon clear acrylic I get at Walmart for $3. But it comes with a little white nozzle in here that puts out a round pattern. So I pry out that little white nozzle. I save the red nozzle from my def can. I drill that little hole out with a battery drill with a number 40 drill bit, and then I press in the red insert, which gives you a fan pattern. On the def can, it comes with fan pattern this way. If you leave it on that here, it hits on the edge and then you get drift, so you need to rotate it so your pattern is this way. And I did a vase. Vases I usually put on lathe to finish them because I can spray and turn and spray and turn and I don't get runs. If you were to take something like this and set it up vertical and spray it, you invariably get runs. But with it that way, you can see, get the light reflecting across, you can see how much you're putting on there. But I did a vase, and I put 5 heavy coats of this on it in early afternoon. I took it down to Highland for show and tell, came home, wet sanded it, and buffed it to a high finish. And that's how fast this stuff dries, and it dries harder and faster than def, and it's perfectly clear, where def has an amber cast to it.
You used to say get the triple thick, but this is not the triple thick, right?
No, this is not the triple thick. The triple thick goes on too heavy unless it's something flat. I use it when I want a fast coat on something flat, but most of the time, no. And the thing I like about this is there's no prep or cleanup or anything. You just pick it up, use it, set it back down. Yeah.